For me the rest to feature decadence. I am the hunter, you are the prey. I'm the class warrior, you can count on me.
Okay, so Eric Faulkner is back. And for people who know of Eric maybe from quite some time ago and haven't been really following him, they may not understand kind of the importance of this. So back in 2015, early 2015, Eric was struck down with viral encephalitis. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm actually going to try to find an interview that goes through a lot of that time period. It may be available as a podcast, so I can't guarantee anything, but if I find it, I'll put a link to it. But anyway, things were difficult. Obviously, I mean, he nearly died, and it was through chance. Sorry, I'm jumping in. I just want to say, I said it was by chance. There was some chance. Things could have gone very badly, but it's by chance and some very hard work from some great people. And I just wanted to put that in there. But things could have been much, much worse based on circumstances as well. So, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. That he survived and got to the hospital and was diagnosed in time. And that such that his life could be saved and he could start recovery. Now, as far as I know, it wasn't too long after that Eric was gigging again, but he did decide to give up on gigging, in order to, I assume, further recover. So last year, and I never covered this because I was very much new to his music back then, he did release this great tune, High School Band. And I'll put a link to that one, actually. That link will go to Bandcamp, I think. And I would recommend picking up the entire album on Bandcamp. It's great. I think I've already done a review of that in the past, right? So, yeah, I wish I had really been on the ball back then, and I would have covered that as soon as it came out. But I was new to everything. But I appreciate the people that did cover that, because that led me down, I guess what you would say, the rabbit hole, I don't know, of all of his music. And so where I am with Eric Faulkner and his music is that, and this has been dawning on me we're talking about a person that since the late 80s, I think, has recorded, I think, over 100 songs that he's written himself, right? That's quite a number of songs. And, some of them are standard folk songs. Others are folk songs that he has written. But there's also this stuff from, I would have to assume, around the 90s, the 1990s, which is more rock-oriented stuff, which is great. It's all over the place. But something that's been happening as I listen to more and more of his music is that and this kind of really dawned on me this morning, is that from the late 80s on, or if you include even the mid 80s, my favorite songwriters, right? So it might not even be the music I listen to the most, but my favorite songwriters would be Kate Bush and Eric Faulkner. Isn't that something? And, I often talk about doing something as a fan to promote, and I get laughed at for that. I have to, But anything can happen. And before we get on to Eric's new song, and I know people hate that I ramble, but I have a lot to say about his new song as well, so I really hope you stay. But Kate Bush, for example, it seemed like she was never going to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, I'm a passionate person that gets upset about silly things like this, and I was just in shock every year when there was a possibility that she could have made it, but then she didn't. And then what happens, right? Stranger things happen. And her song is used in a pivotal part. And then suddenly, it turns out that kids love Kate Bush's music, right? So you never know what can happen. And so that's why I do these things, right? And but the other thing is, this music, so the music we're talking about today, is available for free. Okay? You can just go to faulknersongs.net, I think it is, and I'll be putting a link, and you can just go there. But the other thing is, if you want to, and this is what I like about that, and what I also like about Bandcamp, is that you can choose to just listen to something once, or you can choose to purchase it and support the artist. Artists get very little support from places like Spotify. I mean, if let's say I actually had success with any one of my songs and I had 1 million listens on Spotify, that would pay my rent for a month. You know, like, it's pathetic. There's not so little money involved. Um, anyway, yeah. So, do I have anything else to say? No, I think I've said what I want to say about Kate Bush. But I don't listen to Kate Bush more than anything else. It's just that if I look at the songwriters, who do I have respect for, right? The most over that period of time. So Eric Faulkner, tremendous amount of music that he's written and has out there on Bandcamp and on faulknersongs.net. Okay, so that brings us to today. And that I was surprised because I did see a little talk from Eric Faulkner half a year ago, I guess, where he did mention, hey, maybe I'll record some new music. But it didn't, like, to me, it didn't sound like he was like, I'm going to record some more music. It was like, maybe. But I think the surprise is behind the scenes he's been working very hard and getting things ready to record lots of music, which does not surprise me, because when someone has written written, let's say he's written at least 70 or 80 songs, right? In that span of time that I was describing, those people don't just stop writing songs. It's much like the conversation that I think I had before about the difference between John Lennon and Paul McCartney. John Lennon said he wanted to stop writing because to him it was a job. Paul McCartney was like, it's not like that to me. And he wasn't insulting John Lennon, but he was just like, for me, writing a song is a release. It actually makes my life better. It's not work. It's not hard, right? So I think Eric is very much that kind of person where he feels compelled to write songs, right? So anyway, we have this new song, and it's called Class Warrior, and I think it's coming out at exactly the right time. And the reason I say that is that the world is in, like, the world that we're familiar with. So I'm going to say most of my audience would be in the United States and small parts of Europe and Canada. And our world is in the worst state than I think it's ever been in my entire lifetime. I have to pause for this siren. Yes, in my life, I do not remember a time, in general, with more stress and unease and people's lives being easily destroyed than this. And the other thing is, there's always bad actors. When times like this come along, war suddenly breaks out just to make things even worse for people, right? And that's because when things get tough, there's always someone that wants to take advantage of that situation for themselves. And the one thing that's missing everywhere, it seems, is any plan to help out the common people and to make lives easier for them. Now, I can only talk about where I am in depth, but, I have another channel, New Left Radio, where I talk about just how bad things are here. But one example I'll give you is that during the pandemic, the provincial government where I live put a pay raise cap on all healthcare workers, and it was extremely low. And they fought and fought and fought for this, and we were losing healthcare workers because they're getting treated like crap and they're getting paid next to nothing as we have inflation, right? They took it all the way to the Supreme Court. And then, of course, the government lost because what they had done was unconstitutional. So that's who we have. And it's one of the things that this government had, I remember when they were running, was a sign saying, help is on the way. Yeah, help is on the way for big business. Everyone else can go to hell. That's really where we are. And that's a Tory government. For anyone that might be listening in the UK, these are Tories. They don't call themselves Tories anymore, but they're Tories. But anyway, that's the state of things, and so we have this song, "Class Warrior," and if you go, you can see the lyrics on FaulknerSongs.net. But let's not slow things down any further. Let's have a listen to at least half of this song. To get the full song, I want you to go to his website, right? Here it is, "Class Warrior" by Eric Faulkner.
Hey there, look at you, living it high on the human zoo. Crossed hair in my sides, see you stealing plunder. I see you watching me, watching you, watching me. Smile, you're in my sides, laying all thunder. I am the monkey, I'm on your back. I'm the class warrior, you can count on me. I am the warrior, I am the marcher. You are the caveat emptor, you are the animal. I am the patriot, the proletariat. You are the one for me, the rest to feature decadence. I am the hunter, you are the prey. I'm the class warrior, you can count on me. Hey, you're looking cute, looking real smart in your city suit. You're the man with the plan, with the scam, what a sham, scam, sham, shibby. In Switzerland, there's a statue, cash on the lash. City trash, city crash. In Monaco, Bermuda, Singapore. I am the witness, you are the proof. I'm the class warrior, you can count on me. I am the warrior, I am the marcher. You are the caveat emptor, you are the I, me, mine. I am the patriot, the proletariat. You are the one for me, the rest to feed your decadence. I am the hunter, you are the prey. I'm the class warrior, you can count on me.
Okay, so let's talk about the song itself now, shall we? Instead of everything else around it, including the politics. Let's talk about the song. Straightforward, I think, chord progressions. I'm going to try to learn this on my guitar and my acoustic guitar, and unless I need to further humidify it. I thought it was spring, and now it's suddenly winter again here. But anyway, a straightforward, I think, chord progression, but I may learn the hard way, as I often do, trying to cover Eric's songs, that there's a lot more going on than I thought, right? The percussion is great. I love it. I mean, that's obviously the first thing that stuck out. And you know what else I really like about this is that the bass production is great, and everything is balanced really well. And I've been using these headphones. So this is all that I've had so far to listen to the song. But these are balanced headphones, and everything in the recording is very well balanced. The lyrics are great. I think, as I said, they are apropos for the times that we are living in. I think this is a song that I would love to see other folk artists, and I would consider this kind of a folk song in the sense of some of the more assertive stuff, that Bob Dylan was doing, that at the time maybe people might have said, well, there's too much instrumentation, it can't be folk music. I consider popular music in general to be folk music, but I think other folk artists could pick up on this song and spread it around because it's appropriate for our time, and why not play something new that speaks to the time that we live in? So that would be really wonderful to see. And in my experience, I've asked twice to cover Eric's songs, and I've never had any rejection, right? So I think that's definitely possible, as long as you would, say who wrote the song. I think that's it. I want to say thank you for this new music. I get the feeling that there's more music coming, and it's going to sound just as great as this. And maybe there's other recordings that maybe he did live that he may do in the studio now, right? Who knows what is to come? I'm very excited about it, and I am dedicated. Now, my life may get very, very busy in the near future. I'm trying not to be busy at all for at least 1 year, maybe two, right? But listen, my promise is that I am going to try to cover everything that comes out. And if it comes out in the form of an album on Bandcamp, then I'll go through that. And I will ask, as I do now with everything that I cover, for permission to use the music in my videos, and also any imagery you see in here, I've asked permission for as well, right? And I will try to keep everyone up to date with everything that comes out. So congratulations. I'm very happy with this song. I'm sure Eric is happy with it as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't have published it. But it's out there now. We all appreciate it very much. And everyone, try to follow the links below. You can donate on faulknersongs.net if you want to contribute to helping Eric to make a full album. And you can buy his stuff on Bandcamp as well. Thanks for listening, and have a good day.